There comes a point in everyone's life when the weight of everything feels unbearable. When your heart is tired, your mind is heavy, and your spirit whispers, "I can't do this anymore." In those moments, giving up feels like the easiest option. You look around and see others moving forward effortlessly while you're stuck, fighting silent battles no one can see. But before you surrender, before you decide to quit, take a deep breath, because this moment right here could be the turning point of your story. The truth is, every strong person you've ever admired has felt like giving up at some point. They've had nights where they cried silently, days where nothing made sense, and seasons where everything seemed lost. But what separated them from those who stayed down was one simple choice, and they didn't stop. They kept moving even if it was slow, even if it was painful, even if all they could manage was a single step forward each day. Because sometimes survival itself is success. When you feel like quitting, remind yourself why you started. Think back to the fire that once burned in you, the dreams, the goals, the reasons that pushed you to begin this journey in the first place. Those reasons still exist. They're just buried under fatigue, fear, and frustration. Dig deep and uncover them again. You owe it to your past self who believed in you, and to your future self who's waiting to see what happens if you don't give up. Understand this: pain is temporary, but quitting is permanent. The hardship you're facing right now is shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Growth never happens in comfort. It happens in struggle. You may not see it yet, but every challenge is teaching you something vital. Every setback is preparing you for something greater. One day, you'll look back and realize that what felt like an ending was actually a beginning. Life will test you. It will push you to your limits and then some. But that's how diamonds are made, and under pressure. You can't shine without struggle. The pain you feel today will one day be the strength you stand on. Every scar will become proof that you survived, that you were tested and you refused to break. So when you feel like giving up, pause, don't quit. Rest if you must, but don't stop. Cry if you need to, but don't lose hope. The storm you're facing isn't meant to destroy you. It's meant to cleanse your path. Sometimes, God removes everything comfortable to prepare you for something incredible. You might not understand the reason now, but trust that there is one. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your future self, standing tall, proud and grateful that you didn't give up today. That version of you exists because of the choice you're making, right? Now to keep going. You are stronger than you think, braver than you believe, and more capable than you can imagine. It's okay to feel weak sometimes. It's okay to stumble, to fail, to not have everything figured out. What's not okay is giving up on yourself. You've come too far, fought too many battles, and grown through too much pain to stop now. Remember, the darkest nights often produce the brightest stars. So when you feel like giving up, don't breathe, pray, get up one more time. The path may be hard, but the destination will be worth it. You're not done yet. Your story is still being written. And this chapter, as painful as it feels, might just be the one that makes the whole book worth reading. There are moments in life when it feels like no matter how hard you try, nothing changes. You keep putting in effort, yet progress feels invisible. You wake up exhausted, not from lack of sleep, but from carrying the weight of disappointments, delays, and silent battles. In those moments, you start questioning everything. What's the point? Why keep fighting when life keeps pushing back? But listen, the point is not how fast you get there. The point is that you don't stop moving. Every person who ever achieved something remarkable once stood where you are now. Tired, frustrated, ready to walk away. But they learned something powerful. Sometimes, the most important thing you can do is just keep showing up. Even when you don't see the results. Even when you don't feel the motivation. Even when your heart says it's over. Because persistence, not perfection, changes everything. When you're tired of trying, it's not a sign of weakness, and it's a sign that you've been strong for too long. So first, allow yourself to pause. Take a breath. Rest is not quitting. Sometimes the best way to move forward is to stop forcing things and give yourself permission to heal. You're not a machine. You're human. You can't pour from an empty cup. So refill your soul through silence, prayer, nature, or a few moments of stillness. Then when your strength returns, take one small step forward. You see, life isn't always about big leaps. It's often about small, consistent moves. You may think what you're doing doesn't matter, but every drop of effort counts. Every time you choose not to give up, you're planting seeds for a future harvest. You might not see the bloom yet, but trust that growth is happening underground, silently, invisibly but powerfully. When you feel lost, remind yourself that every struggle is part of the process. You're not failing. You're learning. You're not stuck. You're being shaped. Even the detours have purpose. Sometimes, the reason you're delayed is because the path ahead isn't ready for you, or maybe you're not fully ready for it yet. The universe doesn't deny your dreams. It prepares you for them. If you ever find yourself on the edge of giving up, think of the people who believe in you, your family, your friends, your younger self who dreamed big, your future self who's depending on you. You're not fighting just for today. You're fighting for every tomorrow that's waiting to be better. You owe it to yourself to see what happens if you don't quit. Here's something to remember. Progress isn't always visible. Just because you can't see the results doesn't mean they aren't happening. Think about the caterpillar in the cocoon. Everything looks still, silent, even lifeless, but inside transformation is taking place. One day it breaks free not as what it once was, but as something entirely new, a butterfly. That's what happens when you keep going. The process may be dark, lonely, and uncomfortable, but the outcome will be beautiful. And if you're struggling with fear of failure, rejection, or not being enough, remind yourself that fear means you care. It means you have something worth fighting for. Don't let fear control you. Let it guide you. Every time you step forward despite fear, you grow stronger. It's also okay to change your approach but never your goal. Sometimes the path you chose isn't the only way forward. Adapt, adjust, and try again. Remember, the mountain looks impossible to climb until you start walking. And then, one step at a time, you realize you're already halfway there. So if you're tired of trying, keep trying anyway. Not because it's easy, but because you're worth the effort. Your dreams are worth the effort. The pain you feel now is the price of growth, and one day, you'll look back with gratitude that you didn't give up. You'll see that all the sleepless nights, the tears, the doubts, and the setbacks were secretly building the strength you needed to rise higher. This is your reminder. You are allowed to rest, but you are not allowed to quit. You are stronger than this storm, and you have already survived everything you once thought you couldn't. So, take a deep breath. Stand up again. Keep going. Even if it's slow, even if it's messy, even if no one sees you. Because one day you'll look in the mirror and realize that this version of you, the one who didn't give up and became unstoppable. There are times in life when everything feels unbearably heavy. Your heart aches without reason, your thoughts run wild, and your soul feels tired of fighting battles that no one even knows about. You look fine on the outside, but deep inside, you're holding yourself together piece by piece. The days feel long, the nights feel endless, and every step forward feels like walking through thick mud. You tell yourself to keep going, but your strength feels like it's slipping away. And yet, here you are, still breathing, still standing, still trying. That alone is power. That alone is courage. Holding on when everything feels heavy isn't easy. It's one of the hardest things you'll ever do, because you're fighting battles others can't see. You're carrying weights that no one helps you lift. And sometimes it feels unfair. You give your best and still life seems to push you down. You pray but the silence feels endless. You try but the results don't come. In those moments your mind whispers, "What's the point?" But your heart, your beautiful stubborn heart, keeps beating anyway. And that heartbeat is a reminder you still have a purpose. The truth is, life's heaviest moments often come before breakthroughs. Before every sunrise there is darkness. Before every flower blooms there is a seed buried deep underground. Silent, unseen, struggling to break through. You're in that stage right now. You're not buried. You're being planted. You're not breaking apart. You're breaking open. Sometimes God allows you to carry heaviness not to punish you, but to prepare you. The weight you feel today is the strength you'll need tomorrow. The things that hurt you are shaping your heart, refining your faith and teaching you endurance. It's easy to smile when everything's perfect. But real strength is born when you can still whisper, Alhamdulillah, even when everything hurts. When life feels like too much, pause, no, but don't quit. Rest, but don't give up. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. Healing is not a straight line. It's a messy, unpredictable journey. Some days you'll feel strong enough to conquer the world, and other days you'll barely manage to get out of bed. Both days count. Both are part of your growth. The world often celebrates big victories and the success, the milestones, the moments of glory. But the real victories are the quiet ones. The morning you got out of bed when your heart didn't want to. The night you cried but still prayed. The day you smiled at someone even though you were breaking inside. Those are the moments that define strength. That's what it means to hold on when everything feels heavy. You might feel invisible right now. You might think no one notices how hard you're trying. But the truth is, God sees every tear, every effort, every moment you choose hope over despair. Nothing is wasted. Not your pain, not your patience, not your persistence. Every moment you endure is being written into your story. A story that will inspire someone else one day. It's okay to admit that you're not okay. It's okay to ask for help, to slow down, to let go of what's breaking you. Sometimes strength isn't about holding everything together. It's about knowing what to release. Let go of what drains you. Let go of the guilt, the regret, the things you can't control. Make room for peace. Make room for healing. Remember this, the storm you're in right now is temporary. It may feel endless, but it's not. No storm lasts forever. The rain will stop, the clouds will clear, and you'll see light again. And when that happens, you'll realize something powerful. You didn't survive because life got easier. You survived because you got stronger. So hold on, even if it's by a thread. Don't underestimate the power of small steps. Healing takes time. Growth takes patience. Transformation takes pain. But everything you're going through now is leading you to a version of yourself you can't yet imagine, stronger, wiser, calmer, and more grounded. One day you'll look back on this season and say, I didn't think I'd make it, but I did. You'll see how every struggle prepared you, how every heartbreak redirected you, and how every loss opened the door to something better. The power of holding on is not in never falling. It's in rising again and again, no matter how heavy life feels. You've already survived 100% of your hardest days. That means you're undefeated so far. You have more strength in you than you know. So when your heart feels heavy, when your mind feels tired, and when your soul feels lost, just whisper to yourself, I've come too far to give up now. Because you have. And one day soon this pain will turn into peace. This struggle will turn into strength. And this waiting will turn into wisdom. Hold on. Your story isn't over yet. It's only just beginning.